Compton in the 1980s was chaos. Murder rates climbing, crack empires rising, and one hustler turning street money into a force that would ignite a hip-hop revolution. Before the world heard N.W.A., Eric Wright gambled everything on a record label built off drug profits and a pizza box contract. How did a street dealer become the most ruthless pioneer in West Coast rap? The answer begins where business, danger, and raw ambition collide. Eric Wright grew up in a city where gunshots and sirens set the rhythm of daily life. By the mid-1980s, Compton's homicide rate surged past 90 per 100,000 residents, fueled by crack cocaine and gang turf wars. In this world, money moved fast and rarely made it to a bank. Wright started hustling as a teenager, selling small amounts of cocaine and crack on local corners. The street economy was ruthless, but for those willing to take risks, the payoff could be staggering. Some estimates put his take at 6 figures before the age of 22. Every dollar came with danger, but Wright saw more than survival in the stacks of cash. The chaos around him wasn't just a trap, it was an opening. He was searching for a way out, a path to turn street-earned money into something that could last beyond the next police sweep or gang feud. Stacks of cash from Compton's corners became the foundation for something new. In 1986, Eric Wright filed paperwork for Ruthless Records, turning street profits into legal ownership. He didn't do it alone. Jerry Heller, a veteran music manager, brought industry connections and business muscle. Together, they struck a 50-50 royalty split, unusual for a newcomer, but Wright's money and ambition gave him leverage. The first contract wasn't signed in a boardroom, it was inked on the back of a pizza box, a quick deal that set the tone for everything that followed. Wright then assembled a crew, Dr. Dre with his beats, Ice Cube's sharp lyrics, DJ Yella on the turntables, and MC Ren's steady flow. Late nights at Audio Achievement Studio, paid for in cash, saw the group recording tracks in marathon sessions. Ruthless wasn't just a label, it was a launchpad, ready to send N.W.A. into the national spotlight. Straight Outta Compton hit the streets in 1988 like a Molotov cocktail. The album's raw stories and pounding beats shot N.W.A. up the charts, earning a triple platinum certification and pulling in millions each month. At its peak, Ruthless Records was clearing $10 million every 30 days. But the lyrics didn't just sell records, they sparked a national panic. The single F Fuck the Police triggered a warning letter from the FBI dated August 1, 1989, accusing the group of promoting violence against law enforcement. Radio stations refused to play the track, and politicians called for boycotts. Eazy-E, never one to bow his head, wore the outrage like a badge. He fronted every interview, defending their right to speak the truth about Compton's streets. The controversy only fueled sales, proving that Ruthless Records wasn't just a label, it was a lightning rod for a generation fed up with silence. Ruthless Records didn't just ride the N.W.A. wave, it grew into a powerhouse by signing talent and locking down ownership. In 1989, Michelle joined the roster, her debut album going gold and adding a new sound to the label's reputation for hard edges. Eazy-E handled business with a sharp eye for control, often insisting that Ruthless retain full rights to master recordings and publishing. This approach meant that even as artists came and went, the label kept earning from every track pressed and sold. By 1993, Bone Thugs in Harmony arrived from Cleveland, drawn by the promise of creative freedom and a contract that included a rare clause. After 5 years, they'd own their masters. Ruthless offered higher royalty rates than most majors, sometimes up to 30%, while Eazy-E made sure the label's cut stayed strong. These deals built a catalog that reached beyond Compton, setting up Ruthless as a true independent empire just before crack started to show. Ice Cube sat across from Eazy-E and Jerry Heller in a cramped office, paperwork on the table and tension in the air. The numbers didn't add up. Despite the millions pouring into Ruthless Records, Cube's royalty checks reflected only 5%. He demanded answers, pushing for fair publishing rights and a bigger cut. When the offer didn't change, Cube walked out in 1990, leaving behind the group he helped define. Not long after, Dr. Dre faced a different kind of pressure. In early 1991, Suge Knight arrived with a contract in one hand and muscle in the other. Dre was told, at gunpoint, that his future was with Death Row, not Ruthless. The threat was clear. With Cube gone and Dre forced out, the core of N.W.A splintered. Money and intimidation had broken through where controversy could not. Eazy-E didn't slow down after N.W.A fractured. In 1988, his solo debut, Eazy-Duz-It, sold more than 3.5 million copies, cementing his place as a star in his own right. The money kept pouring in. By the mid-1990s, his net worth was estimated at $30 million, a staggering leap from Compton's street corners. But the celebration didn't last. In March 1995, Eazy-E released a public statement from his hospital bed, revealing he had been diagnosed with AIDS. The news hit hard, sending shockwaves through hip-hop and beyond. The Centers for Disease Control later reported a 30% spike in HIV testing among young Black Americans in the months that followed. Even as his health faded, Eazy-E's business model, independent deals, high royalty rates, ownership of masters, became the blueprint for labels like No Limit and Cash Money. His influence stretched far past his own catalog, shaping the next generation of hip-hop entrepreneurs. Hip-hop's billion-dollar independence movement traces back to a street hustler's risk. In an era of streaming and viral fame, that blueprint, Own Your Voice, still shapes what's possible. Drop your thoughts below.